Hi, welcome to another Tiny Tuesday. I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures, and today we're going to make a super easy shaker element from a window envelope. So let's get started. Now, last time we made one and it kind of got out of hand, so I promised I would show you an easier way, and you're going to love this. We are just going to do the shaker element today, and then it's up to you, how you want to deal with, decorating it, right? So as always, we have so many options. So let's get started here. And what we're going to do first is I had opened up the envelope just along the edge here, so we're good on that. We need to release this edge here. We want to be able to open it, okay? So I'm going to open it there. And then I don't know how much space I want down here. I'm not going to use this entire amount, so I'm just going to take part of this off. And now we're able to just open it, just like this, okay? And that's the important part, is being able to open it up and make it easy. So you want to have some foam tape. And actually, what I'm going to do first, I like to have something in the background to kind of decorate what I'm doing, because now all of a sudden you can, you've got something interesting in the background. And, that could be anything. You could use postcards. You could use the cut-aparts that come in scrapbook pads. I mean, the options are just endless, right? Only your imagination is going to limit you as to what you can use back here in the background. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to glue that down real quickly. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? It's pretty on both sides. I don't even know where I found this. It's just a little scrap I had laying around here, cut off from something. Save your scraps, people, because you never know what you might want to do with them. Okay, so we're just gonna lay that in here, and it's not going anywhere because in the end this is going to be all closed up. So we'll just put that in here. Just make sure your envelope can stay, can still close. And I almost got that too close to the crease there. So make sure it will close. I've got something dirty on my window, and we'll take care of that in a minute. So now what we're going to do is I've got some foam tape. And you'll want your foam tape to have a good amount of dimension. I'm only going to use sequins today to make this super easy. And so just this, this is probably, oh my gosh, I don't even know. It's not super thick. I'll just say that. Now, before I started, I realized that this particular tape is not tearable. You can't tear it with your fingers. And I picked it up at one of the popular discount stores, and I didn't realize that until I just got ready a few minutes ago to do this video. So you always want to know, how your products are going to behave. So at least I had scissors ready, right? And I'm just going to put this all the way around this window to where it will make a seal, and that way we can put our sequins in. And just all the way around. Just make sure you've got that tight. You don't want any spaces big enough that it will be able to seep out. You don't want those sequins sneaking away. I'm just going to put this on here. Now, if you had things that you were going to put in your shaker that were a little bit too big, you could double layer this, and that would work. So now see, I've got to cut this right here. And it doesn't have to be exact because they're not going to get away through that tiny little space. So just make sure you've got this pressed down really well. And a lot of times, even with these other sticky things that have adhesive, I often still put down some glue underneath. I'm not going to do that today. Which reminds me, I've got my glue bottle open here, which is not necessarily a great idea. Air will get into those little bottles so quickly. Oh, I already did that part. You have to take your liner off where the liner is, right? Let's take these off. But this makes a super easy way to make a fun element for your crafting. And then once I've got this off here, the next thing I want to do, I do want to make sure that's kind of clean in here. And I guess some of that. So here's the deal. These kinds of, this paper, and I don't know exactly what you would call it, would be, you know, often it gets kind of staticky. And one of the things that you can do with that is if you've got one of these embossing buddies, which is actually made for using to make sure you don't have little remnants of, you know, any embossing powder when you get ready to emboss, it'll wipe it off. You can also do it in here. You don't want a lot of it because it will make it cloudy. If you don't have something like this, you can also use just the tiniest bit of cornstarch. And you don't want to use too much because it'll make it cloudy. But if you just put that on there, it will help, you know, keep it from being too staticky, and then your sequins won't want to move around. So now that I've got this little lip around the edge, I can add my sequins in here. And just, you know, however many you want. If you can get your container open, that's always good. So you can just shake some in here. However many you want. So the key is you can't have things that are going to be thicker or deeper than your foam tape. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and pull it over and give it a good press around where my tape is, my foam tape, and ta-da, I've got a shaker. It was just that easy. Now if you want to, you know, and I can cut this off down here, and then, you know, it's white on the edges, so I don't even have to worry about anything else. I could use it like that, you know, and I can decorate however I want to. If I wanted to put any strips of paper on here, if I wanted to take the time and measure this and get a perfect piece of paper with this, you know, some amount cut out in the center for my shakers, I could do that. Whatever I want to do. If I want to put some lace around the edge, you know, like I said before, it's just totally up to you. I probably would make it more about, you know, even at the top and the bottom, and then I wouldn't have too much to have to, you know, deal with covering up. But that is the basic idea on that. Oh, look, it got, oh, I didn't do it far enough. I'm going to cut this. You know why? Because it hit some of that paper that was already in there that we put for the background. And that's okay. It'll still work, right? It will still work. I'm just going to trim this off right here so I can have mine finished. Okay, there we go. And that's it. Now, wasn't that a fun little way to make a shaker card? And super easy. Didn't take any time at all. Okay, you guys, I will see you next time. And I hope if you enjoy these, I hope that you will like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for being here today. See you next time for Tiny Tuesday.